Season 2 of Too Hot to Handle just dropped, and fans are paying special attention to one particular couple that seem all too familiar. Cam and Emily are the main stars of this spicy summer series so far. She's a bombshell brunette, while he's a handsome man with an irresistible accent.
Not ideal at all.
No. Who formed an instant connection, and they just couldn't keep their hands off of each other. If you're getting a sense of déjà vu, you're not alone, because as many viewers have pointed out, they remind us of season 1's Francesca and Harry, from their rebellious acts to large social media presence. Let's find out just how much they have in common both on and off the show. Main couple. If there's one couple's name you won't be able to forget by the end of season 2, it's probably Cam and Emily's. They have by far the strongest connection so far that we are sure the entire house is jealous of. Marvin even mentions that he would steal Emily away, but she's practically married to Cam. And while Francesca and Harry had a rocky relationship, they were definitely the main focus of the show, even nearly getting engaged at the reunion. Cam and Emily seem like the couple with the most potential so far. Well, until a newcomer comes in to intrude, but we'll get to that later. Immediate attraction. If you didn't believe in love at first sight, watching the show may have changed your mind as we see how these couples basically fell for each other right away. When discussing who they were most attracted to right after the introductions, Cam noted that Emily is 100% the most attractive girl in here, while Emily was giving him glances and called him cute. Meanwhile, Francesca basically confessed her love for Harry right away, saying,
Okay, yeah, I love Harry. I think he's great.
And Harry wasted no time making out with Francesca in a blindfolded kissing game. Too perfect to handle. It's not very hard to believe that both Francesca and Emily were easily swept off their feet right away, because they are both quite literally perfect. These beauties share similar features, both having long brunette hair with toned bodies and great personalities that attract attention. In an attempt to flirt with Emily, Marvin even compliments her, saying that she's the typical perfect girl.
You like the typical perfect girl, you know what I mean?
While she humbly declines his fact and his flirty attempt, while Chloe had previously annoyingly called Francesca the perfect one, and Harry made a move on her in a blindfolded kissing game. We're just glad we're not in the same room competing with these girls. Rule breakers. When you have chemistry this strong, trying to remain celibate probably isn't your first priority. The two couples were both the first ones to cross the line by having a steamy makeout session on the same sets of lounge chairs. They also couldn't keep their hands to themselves when given a private suite, and have so far broken the most rules. Tisk tisk, Lana is disappointed. Big spenders. Of course, leaning into your desires comes with a hefty price on this show. Cam and Emily have lost $12,000 so far just in the first 4 episodes, while Francesca and Harry lost the group a whopping total of $32,000. But they redeemed themselves the second time when they were in a suite alone. Call themselves lucky, because we are sure the cast wouldn't have been so forgiving otherwise, with such large sums of money at stake. Liars. Although these couples don't really need the money, especially Francesca, who was already Instagram famous before the show, it sure doesn't put you in good graces with the group of people you're sleeping in the same room as if you reveal that you've emptied their wallets because you couldn't keep your paws off your significant other. This is why many times they have chosen to tell lies instead. But of course, the truth eventually comes out when the tattletale Lana blasts them through her speaker. Cam and Emily have denied their makeout sessions many times.
Not saying a word. I'm hoping Lana didn't see.
While Harry at first put the blame on Francesca for making the first move.
He said I kissed him.
Yeah.
But they must have forgotten that there's a camera watching 24/7, even in the middle of the night. So they are bound to get caught eventually. Honesty may be the best policy, but it seems they have a hard time learning that lesson. Same age. Not only do the couples share similar features, but strangely enough, they're also the exact same age. Both Emily and Francesca are currently 27 years old, while Cam and Harry are 24, making the couples 3 years apart. Talk about a fateful coincidence. We are sure if the four ever do decide to go on a double date, they would have a lot to talk about. Zero self-control. While Lana offered to give the couples a private suite to test their self-control, both couples failed miserably. Cam and Emily actually thought they successfully passed the test, but ended up trying to take a shortcut that led to a $6,000 fine, while Harry and Francesca straight up could not even hold back and cost the group a whopping $20,000. Looks like the devil won that battle. Newcomer Trouble. Another major roadblock they faced was the possibility of splitting upon the arrivals of tempting newcomers. Both Cam and Francesca were asked out on a one-on-one date with the attractive Christina and Corey, who just so happened to be both of their respective types.
Anna has just scooped up my type and slapped it on a plate.
Although neither broke the rules, it was an extremely close call and a true test of loyalty, with one passing and one not so much.
How serious are you guys?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say like that serious.
Naghty Expressions. You may be wondering why these couples are getting so much attention, and it's not just their looks. The boys, especially, have a wicked sense of humor. When cone-shaped host slash celebrity director slash fun spoiler Lana tells the group of a new twist or newfound broken rules, a British Cam would refer to her as a naughty little sausage, while Aussie Harry calls it a naughty possum. Perhaps non-Americans are just more creative with their slang. Fan favorites. As Emily and Cam and Harry and Francesca are the most featured in the spotlight, they are also very well liked by the audience. They are the fan favorites of the show. You can tell just by their growing Instagram followers that heavily surpass all of their castmates. There is no competition. Francesca currently stands at 5.4 million, while Harry is at 3.6. And while season 2 has just premiered about a week ago, Cam and Emily's followings are growing faster and faster by the day, each with more than 150,000 followers already. Tatted up. If there's one quality that is sure to make shirtless men on the beach irresistible, it may just be their tattoos. Harry has 3 tattoos, including one on his tongue with the name of his best friend Todd. And Cam mentions he has a Lord of the Rings tattoo. The cast even joked that Cam and Emily would break up because she didn't like the fantasy world. Models squared. If it wasn't obvious from their looks, all 4 of them are models. Of course, the show would want to recruit some of the best looking contestants for a show called Too Hot to Handle. Francesca was an influencer with 300,000 followers before the show, while Harry modeled for Tommy Hilfiger. The girls also love to show off their bodies as they're constantly photographed in bikinis and are very present on social media. If everything works out, the 2 couples would have some good looking kids. Dog lovers. Maybe they're not at the kid stage yet, but the girls share the similarity of being moms to 2 adorable dogs. They both have a highlight reel just for their furry friends. Francesca's dog is called Rami and Emily has Twix. So cute. Players. Although the couples seem lovey-dovey right now, the girls may want to watch out because the guys have proven to be players. Cam has admitted that he's had a problem jumping from girl to girl in the past and nearly forgot Emily when Christina walked into the beach after being so intensely into her for weeks. Meanwhile, after their season ended, the seemingly happy Francesca and Harry broke up as Harry found their long-distance relationship too taxing and ended up hooking up with their fellow castmates Madison, who revealed that he broke her heart by making out with one of her friends before getting back together with Francesca. We don't exactly know where Francesca and Harry stand now, but if Cam's anything like Harry, Emily should keep an eye out from ending up with a possible sinking ship. Seeing that Cam and Emily's storyline have nearly paralleled Harry and Francesca's so far, do you think they will result in the same outcome? Which couple are you rooting for? Let us know in the comments below. Like this video if you want to stay up to date on the latest reality TV news, and we'll see you next time on The Things Reality.